Retirement strategies are as distinctive as the people who eagerly anticipate the day when work, at least as they know it, ends. Retirement may allow some people to pursue a long-held job goal or more time to pursue a passion or hobby. Moving to a different nation is a goal for many retirees, whether it's for adventure, a change of scenery, or to lower living costs. Moving outside of the United States is known to assist retirees save money on living expenses, especially if they are leaving a big metropolis. However, prices vary according to region, way of life, and individual demands, just like at home. But most retirees can do that and live pretty well in a number of nations if the aim is to cut costs. Retirees are discovering homes and a lot of expat communities all over the world where life is more reasonable, from Latin America to Asia and Europe. There are several factors to take into account while choosing a retirement home, including the weather, location, availability to healthcare, language, visa restrictions, and income needs. The Social Security Administration, Internal Revenue Service, and State Department are additional sources of crucial knowledge, as are financial advisors, seasoned travelers, and retired expats. These are a few of the nations that provide retirees with the chance to live well and affordably. In today's video, we will talk about the 8 of the cheapest countries to retire around the world. So make sure to watch the video till the end, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, so you won't miss any future videos we upload. Number 8. Mexico. Mexico is a well-liked vacation and retirement destination since it is close to the U.S. border, has pleasant weather, a range of housing options, miles of coastline, and lovely cities. However, retirement plans in Mexico, or any retirement location, should include a prolonged stay before a commitment in order to gain a better sense of the place as a home. Staying at a resort differs from residing there permanently. Overall, the cost of living is modest. However, it's crucial to consider particular cities. For comparison's sake, the cost of living and rent are both 61% lower in Cancun, a popular tourist destination on the Caribbean coast. San Miguel de Allende, a lovely city in the interior of Mexico that attracts expats, has rent that is 76% cheaper and a cost of living that is 57% lower than New York. Along with the benefits of residing in a resort or expat community, these and other cities provide lower costs. Government programs that offer low-income citizens coverage or charge premiums make healthcare accessible. Many retirees maintain private insurance or pay cash for medical services, and private hospitals and specialists provide high-quality care for comparatively modest prices. For both temporary and permanent residents, there are minimum income requirements of $2,700 per month. About $36,000 and $149,000 in bank accounts are needed, respectively. Additional details are accessible here. The Mexican consulate handles requests for visas and residence permits. Number 7. Ecuador. Retirement travelers from the United States and other nations go to Ecuador, the entryway to the Galapagos, because of its miles of Pacific coastline, active volcano, natural beauty, and numerous expat communities. The official currency of Ecuador is the US dollar, and English is widely spoken in the larger cities. Ecuador has a 49% lower overall cost of living than the United States. The cost of living and rent are 62% and 88% less expensive, respectively, in Cuenca, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and well-liked community for expats. Cuenca, which is in Ecuador's highlands, has a temperate climate, which lowers the cost of heating and cooling. All residents and visitors are guaranteed access to high-quality healthcare at a lesser cost than in the U.S. Foreign retirees have 2 options. They can show confirmation of private insurance, or they can join the government system for about $100 per month for full coverage. Once a person has resided in Ecuador for at least 21 months on a temporary visa, they are eligible to apply for permanent residence visas. The application for a temporary visa must include proof of a minimum income, real estate investments, or bank deposits. Number 6. Costa Rica. This Central American nation, with its jungles, rainforests, contemporary towns, and beaches, runs from the Pacific to the Caribbean. The country's climate, environment, and costs vary from region to region, but altogether, they are about 38% and 72% less expensive than in the United States. The cost of living is 55% less expensive in San Jose than it is in New York, and rents are 82% less expensive. San Jose is the nation's capital and is situated in the Central Valley. Retirees have access to the amenities. San Jose, as a well-liked tourist destination, offers whether they want to live in the city proper or in the hilly environs. The pensionado visa, which is part of residency programs, needs a monthly income transfer to a Costa Rican bank for expenses of at least $1,000. For people without a monthly pension, the rentista program requires a minimum of $60,000 or a minimum of $2,500 per month in guaranteed income for at least 2 years. Both public and private programs offer top-notch medical care. Residents have access to the National Medical Program, which has no copays or exclusions, as well as the choice of private health care, which has out-of-pocket expenditures that can be covered by self-insurance or a private insurance policy. Number 5. Portugal. Retirement travelers and tourists of all ages from over the world who appreciate its stunning scenery, coastal cities, wine, food, and warm climate have made Portugal one of the most sought-after vacation spots. Living expenses are roughly 37% less expensive than in the U.S., and housing costs are roughly 54% more reasonable. These differences are even more pronounced in Lisbon, the capital, where rent is around 70% cheaper and living expenses are roughly 53% less. When their 5-year residence permit expires, retirees must apply at a local embassy for a permanent residency permit. The Golden Visa Initiative, designed to promote foreign investment in Portugal, calls for minimal investments in real estate, monetary transfers, or scientific research. Interested retirees with capital to invest should review the most recent information. Legal residents can register with the National Health Service to gain access to public hospitals and health centers and pay for treatments as they go. There is also excellent healthcare accessible. Others have access to healthcare through private insurance, which is a requirement for obtaining a residency visa. Number 4. Panama. Panama has grown to be a well-liked retirement location after being named as one of the best places to retire by International Living's annual Global Retirement Index. Retirees are interested in it because of its proximity to the U.S., easy access there, pleasant environment, and affordable cost of living. The cost of living is generally 31% less expensive than in the United States, and housing expenditures are typically 58% less expensive. The cost of living and rent in Panama City, for instance, are 49% and 74% cheaper than those in New York, respectively. Costs vary based on region. With the pensionado visa, which needs pension income of at least $1,000 per month and offers incentives like discounts on a number of services and a tax exemption on importing household goods, the government has made living in Panama particularly alluring. Visitors with valid passports may stay for 3 months. For permanent residency, details must be handled by a local immigration attorney. Panama features a dual pay system for healthcare, including public and private hospitals, clinics, and physicians. The public system is less expensive, although both need co-payments for services. The private system, which provides great care and amenities at affordable costs, covered by private insurance or self-pay, is preferred by the majority of seniors. Number 3. Vietnam. Vietnam is a fairly inexpensive area to retire, particularly for active retirees who value the nation's beaches, beauty, cuisine, history, and culture. Compared to the United States, the overall cost of living is approximately 49% lower, and depending on the location, rents are typically 75% less expensive. According to International Living, Ho Chi Minh City, formerly Saigon, which has the largest expat population, has a cost of living that is 62% lower than New York's, and housing costs that are roughly 83% lower. The majority of expats and retirees rent since it's more affordable, and because the government controls all the land, and there are restrictions on outsiders buying homes. Vietnam's visa application process is more complicated than in many other nations, although it is still possible to apply for long-term or business visas. Both public and commercial healthcare systems offer high-quality services at extremely reasonable prices. The majority of expats use private hospitals and have international health insurance. The most prestigious hospital network in Vietnam, according to International Living, is Hoan Mai Medical Corporation, which has hospitals and clinics all around the nation. The largest international hospital, City International Hospital in Ho Chi Minh City, has a quarter of foreign patients, and most of the medical staff speaks English. Number 2, Montenegro. Montenegro, a well-liked vacation spot with a shoreline on the Adriatic and gorgeous beachside resorts, is beginning to catch the attention of expats and retirees. It is a desirable area to retire due to its lovely surroundings, European location, friendly residents, and affordable cost of living. Rents are around 75% cheaper than in the United States, while the average cost of living is 48% lower. The cost of living is 64% less expensive, and the cost of housing is around 90% less expensive in Podgorica, the country's capital and largest city. The government of Montenegro offers a variety of visa options, and there are rules for establishing permanent residency. Foreigners are allowed to purchase real estate in Montenegro, and the country offers a number of incentives to promote investment. Montenegro is a NATO member and is anticipated to join the EU in the near future. In Montenegro, there are both private and state healthcare options. Retirees and expats typically acquire private insurance, which may include medical evacuation, giving them the option of seeking treatment abroad if necessary. Number 1, Colombia. There are beaches, rainforests, mountains, and a variety of cities in this South American nation, which is situated on the northwest coast of the continent. Bogota's cost of living is roughly 62% lower than that of the U.S., while rent is 82% less expensive. Cities and inland communities have different prices, and there are different types of homes available. The cost of living is 71% lower, and the cost of housing is 88% lower in the city of Bogota than it is in New York. Modern public and private hospitals in Colombia offer high-quality, reasonably priced healthcare. With the payment of premiums, the public health plan is accessible to all citizens and owners of a national ID card, including foreign nationals. Additionally, private insurance is offered. The pensionado visa, which is most frequently used by retirees, is one of many visa classifications. Applicants must demonstrate a minimum monthly income of at least 3 times the minimum wage in Colombia in order to be granted the visa. Pensions, Social Security, and savings are possible sources of income. Currently, a monthly income of at least $750 is needed. Retirees can apply for a residence visa after 5 years. Additionally, foreign ID cards that grant access to the healthcare system and other advantages are available to visa holders. This brings us to the end of this video. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and sharing, so we can keep bringing more content like this. Also, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time. Until then, happy retirement.